How to exit MySQL command prompt? I have installed MySQL. Now I am stuck inside the MySQL command prompt. I ran MySQL like this. Then I type in some invalid command like this. And no matter what I type, I can't exit MySQL command line, terminal. For example, exit ctrlc ctrld quit control backslash ctrlz bye. How do I exit the MySQL terminal to the default terminal?
SQL supports queries entered as multiple lines. Only when you enter a semicolon will the query be executed. You also need to have terminated any strings in your query. Watch out for copying and pasting queries with strings from a word processing package. Quotes may have been replaced with smart quotes and this will mess up your query. If you've entered an unterminated query, it doesn't run, and that's why typing exit doesn't work. MySQL thinks you're still in the middle of a query. The command prompt changes to show what input is needed to terminate the query. For example, a quote or double quote may be required. This is powerful and the command prompt is helpful, but I found it confusing until I read the answers and comments on this thread. Read the specification here. The top level prompt is MySQL and GT. If you see this, then you can enter a command, end it with, and press enter. If you see a prompt like this, then MySQL is waiting for you to terminate a string with a quote or a query with a semicolon. Here's how to tell MySQL to cancel your messed up unterminated query and put you back to the main prompt. I think this is safer than terminating and running your unintended query. After this, you should be back to the GT prompt and can exit with.
To add on to the other answer, you could simply end the current invalid query using a semicolon. Or using \G, which is supposed to make rows display vertically. Of course, both options assume you have no opening quote. If you do, you must first close it off with an ending quote.
Why does Control-C not exit MySQL input mode in Windows? Because you have told MySQL to interpret your exit commands as valid input. What makes the MySQL terminal hard to understand is there are different modes for single quote, double quote, and normal mode. So to get out of MySQL input mode, you will have to do these steps. Get out of double quote mode. Get out of single quote mode. Get out of MySQL mode. Exit MySQL back to the default terminal. Most basic example. You never left default mode in the above example, so exit commands work correctly. Example 2, this is what is tripping you up. While you are in single quote mode or double quote mode, no escape sequences are respected. Even Control-C and Control-D are ignored in these modes. In which one of the 26 universes does Control-C not stop a program regardless of mode? We may never know. Bazinga.
\q does the job for me. Using Ubuntu Terminal.
If you want to support the channel, please consider subscribing.